Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the previous comments and likes. I really appreciate you all supporting me so much. So this video is going to be about the major question that I've seen for every article aspirant or for a CA finalist to feel that what should we decide about choosing the domain. So I've narrowed down three major questions which will cover everything, I believe. The first question is, Didi, how do we select the domain? How do we know which domain is best for us? How do we choose mixed exposure and particular one domain? So see, regarding the particular one domain and mixed exposure, I have talked about that in my previous video about big first versus mid size. You can find that video on my channel and you can watch that for that. The second question is, Didi, what are the different kinds of domains? What are the emerging domains in CA? So yeah, we'll talk about that also. And the third point is, Didi, how do we, suppose we just choose a domain today, but somehow we want to switch in future. So which is the safest domain in that aspect? So I feel all these questions are going to cover your major doubts, but if you still have doubts, feel free to comment down below. So starting off with the first question, which is the very basic question, I feel choosing domain is the very basic step for your articleship journey. It's going to decide everything: how you'll apply, where you'll apply, etc. So talking about choosing your domain, for me, I'll say whenever you're wanting to choose a domain, do two things. One, know your interest areas. Understand that in every domain you will have like the subject. If suppose it's audit, so in audit we don't really go by the book. The concepts may be the same, but then the application is completely different. So try to identify the interest areas in a particular domain, and does that excite you or not? Because if the domain is not of your liking, if it's not of your interest, it doesn't matter. So the first point here is interest. Okay, second point is to know it, to know about the domain from your seniors. So it is seniors guidance. Okay, the second point is seniors guidance. So you should ideally contact three levels: the articles who are currently working, so that you understand what kind of work you are going to be getting. Okay, the second position is the executives. The executives are nothing but the CA freshers, or probably people who are working in the same position for 2 or 3 years. Okay, not more than that. Ask them, because then they are going to explain you what happens when you become after a CA. What are the prospects? What are the salary expectations? What is the work area? Things like that. Okay, and then the third authority is the managers, the assistant managers, senior managers, even directors. You can approach, you can ask them about the scope, you can ask them about the future prospects. Okay, how much time will it take for them to excel? Okay, things like that. Of course nobody's going to tell you their salaries, but at least they'll tell you how much time it takes to become a director in that particular domain. Okay, things like that. So first was to understand your interest areas, and this you will understand, like you can ask about the interest areas, you can ask about all these things from your seniors who are working in that domain. Okay, that is the best method. And I did not do that because I was very influenced by one of my teachers, CA Kapil Goyal sir, and he was into stat audit. And when I was taking his lectures during my CA intermediate, I was sure that I will go into this domain, and that's why I am in this domain. And I will say don't do that because it is a chance for me that I started liking it. But if I tell you from scratch how to select a domain, do the thing that I taught you. Okay. Now, the second portion of this video is going to be about which domains are there for CA articleship. So please understand that there are a lot of emerging domains that even I don't know about. So I'm going to talk about the domains which I have heard, and probably this will help you out. If there are more domains, comment down below. Maybe somebody who knows about it, maybe I'll research it, I'll let you know about those domains as well. So the first domain, which is my domain, statutory audit. See, in this we have interim audits, stat audits, LR, reviews. We also have group audits and things like that. Okay, now in statutory audit, in Big Fours, you will have listed clients, you will have good clients, and your major work is going to, as an article, your major work is going to be vouching for the first year. You may also get some good like JE testing, you may get, that is a very good thing. You do a lot of analysis in that, and you may get good areas, you may get revenue, you may get inventory. You also go on stock counts. That is the favorite part of being a CA article when you go to outstation audits. That is what happens in statutory audit. It is one of the most I feel where the jobs are the most, and I think that is one of the reasons why people choose assurance, because there are a lot of jobs. Okay, so the sorry to interrupt, the first category is assurance. So within assurance, I'm going to tell you about all the domains. The first domain was stat audit. Second domain is your risk advisory, which is also your internal audit. It's just a fancy name. Okay, internal audit is more about consulting. It is more about getting into the client's business. And in stat audit, note that you have a lot of clients in the period of 2 years. In risk advisory, you may only be focused to one or two clients during your articleship, because you are invested in those clients. Okay, you have a team, you work from the client's location, and you provide them consultancy services. You dig into their accounts, you dig into their controls. Okay, you it's entirely opposite from stat audit. Okay, it's something which is, you're serving the client. Okay, so things are a bit different in internal audit, but ultimately it is audit only. It's just another aspect of audit. And I feel it's a very good domain, because in industrial training there is no stat audit domain, there's only internal audit domain for industrial training. So even that is good. Now the third domain, which some people might not have heard about, is concurrent audit. Concurrent audit is nothing but bank audit. KPMG Mumbai offers that. Some other firms, some mid-sized firms also will offer you concurrent audit along with stat audit or maybe risk advisory. So it's a niche category. It's bank audit, it's nothing else. I'll say the future growth is also in bank audits only, because you've only done that. So it's a very, I feel it's a very risky category. So if you really are into these things, then get into that, because then future growth may be less. Okay. Now, in assurance, there is, I feel, forensic audit is also there. It's a very new domain. It's very emerging domain, and again, it's again very small part of India's firms are going to offer that for articleship, or maybe mid-sized firms may give an exposure of that also alongside the other domains. So again, it's a very niche category. If you want to go for it, if you have interest there, of course you should go for it. Now, in audit, there is one more which is emerging now. I feel it's in KPMG. I'm forgetting the name. It is CAS or something. Okay, it is corporate assurance something. It is in EY also. It has started recently only. It is again a very niche category. It is a very new category, so I'm not sure what is the future in it. But understand that in any niche category, the growth either will be very slow or very fast, because there's less competition. But that means that the positions are not going to be filled repetitively, because people are not going to come here, and then changing from this domain to another domain is going to be a problem. That's why it's a risky domain for me. But again, if your interest lies there, go for it. Now, assurance में I don't think इसके बाहर कुछ है, but if there is, just let me know, because I am also new to these things. I'm also new to these domains, because every day I hear about new domains. Then in taxation, you will have direct tax, indirect tax. In both these domains, you will have full-fledged clients with their tax compliances, with their returns and everything. You will have that. You may also be introduced with international taxation, transfer pricing. All these are taxation domains. Yes, you will have better clients in Big Fours and Big Tens, but I feel that in mid-sized firms, you're taught a lot more about tax, how to bring in the clients, how to conduct the business, and not just tax. You will have compliances with assurance also. So I feel if you want to go for tax, if you are really into tax, if you can spend hours into tax, of course it is your domain then. And yes, one thing, changing from tax into another domain is a bit risky, it's a bit tough, but yes, it is possible. But for that, you will have to start from the scratch. So if you're choosing this domain, please be very careful while choosing it. If you're very sure, only then choose it. Now, so tax has four categories. I'm not talking about all of them in very detail. I'm just telling you transfer pricing is another domain you will have. Further, you will also have international clients, I feel. And in international taxation, it's generally it's a combination transfer pricing and international taxation. But sometimes you may only have international taxation also as a domain. It's offered by a lot of big fours. It's even offered by some mid-sized firms I've heard. So yeah, it's a good domain. It's a niche category domain. Now, talking about accounts, there's only FAS that I've heard of. It is Financial Accounting and Advisory Services. It's again a good domain, but I feel that when you're doing CA, you should step out into the world of assurance and taxation also, because like I'm not going to be very like it's a very traditional concept that CA can only do tax and audit, but now the doors have opened for us for investment banking and every other sector. For that, if you are really into the financial analysis, it's very good for you. But still, I will say have a backup option, because in FAS then you have very limited career options after that. At least in assurance or maybe in tax, you might have better options in future. Okay, if FAS is coupled with industrial training and IB, then of course it's unmatched. That's what I'm saying. Now, I feel now is the time for the very niche categories, which even I have recently started hearing. I told about transfer pricing, forensic audit, that was under assurance and taxation. There are some which are beyond this also. There is one corporate debt restructuring, this kind of domain is also there. There's valuations, mergers and acquisitions, these domains. Valuation again is under your accounts category only. Then you also have domains like equity. Some firms are also giving investment banking as a domain for articleship. So there are endless domains which I've heard of. There is some, I think, personal management also, asset management also, equity research. All these domains I've heard of. Video has started with some new domains. Somebody messaged me another day. I'm forgetting the domain, but even that domain was something which I heard for the first time. It was some management related domain. So yes, there are a lot of other domains and niche categories. I don't have any expertise in those domains because these are still emerging domains. Okay, understand that. And the people who are working in those domains, you should ideally approach them. I can tell you about valuations and M&A because these are some common domains which we hear every day. Okay, but domains like equity research, investment banking, and articleship is something which is very new. Okay, and like I said, video started with some other domain, so even those domains are very niche. So all I'll say is, ask, I'm in stat audit, don't ask me, ask somebody who's in work, who's working in that domain, in that company. Ask them, because they will be able to tell you better what kind of work they do, what is their work area like, what is their work culture like. It's always better to ask people who work in those domains, right? Now, having talked about all the domains and having told you what domain to choose, how to choose, last topic for the day is how to decide whether I'm going to be able to change from this domain to another domain in the future or not. Or if I'm not clear what I should do right now, what should I do? See, there's one thing in Big Fours. If you're in assurance domain, it is very easy for you to get into another domain, and maybe you won't have to start from the scratch. You guys won't believe me. I saw a vacancy a few days ago. It was for McKinsey. A CA only posted it. The guy said that we are looking for qualified CAs, freshers for tax domain, okay, corporate tax domain. What are their requirements? They want people who have their articleship in statutory audit. I had no idea why they want people. Why are they not writing in the requirements? They want people with tax experience. Why do they want people with stat audit experience? And I thought maybe it's an error, but no, it wasn't an error. I asked my seniors about it, and they were like, Anshika, in assurance domain, this is the major advantage. In assurance and stat audit and in risk advisory primarily, when you're in these domains, you get thoda bahut exposure of other domains also. I'm not saying completely we get, bahut thoda, okay, but still, it is something that gives us an edge over the other domains. And that is why shifting from assurance to another domain is always going to be easy. You will not have to start from scratch. However, shifting from domains like M&A, valuations, corporate restructuring, equity research, IB, taxation to another domain is always going to be tough. And I've seen people in EY who switched from risk consulting to taxation and then taxation to assurance. Trust me, if they were at the managerial positions there, they had to start again from the associate or executive level in the next domain. That is why if you're not clear, एक तो पहले जब पता ही नहीं कि कौन सा डोमेन करना है पहले पूछो. इफ तब भी क्लियर नहीं है, join a mid-size firm. Safest option, okay? Understand what is the exposure, overall exposure, understand what you like. Similarly, in future decide कि हाँ मुझे इस डोमेन में जाना है. Okay? If that also you don't want, you desperately want to get into the big fours because of the future prospects, because of the security, then get into assurance. I'm saying this bluntly, get into assurance, get into stat audit primarily, and you will get exposure of other domains thoda thoda. Later on you can switch. If you don't like assurance, switch in your industrial training, switch in your second year of articleship, or probably after qualifying as a chartered accountant, give interviews everywhere. Trust me, it'll all work out because I've seen CAs in Big Fours working that out for themselves. Anyway, this is all for today's video. If you have any further questions, please feel free to message me. Comment down below, message me on LinkedIn or on WhatsApp. I will be happy to help you out. And that's all for today. Take care. Bye-bye.